Hi, Lisa Christensen here with Blue Knights Rubber Stamps, and I'm here to show you how to make this beautiful card, how to color this beautiful card. This stamp set, the stamp is from the Snowy Village stamp from Blue Knight Rubber Stamps, and it's really fun. The packaging is kind of deceiving because it looks like you could color all these little things, and you totally can, and I think that would look really neat. But if you are like me and you need some cards done fast and in a hurry, this is not going to work. So I came up with this idea where everything is backlit, and then just accent some of the things with a dark navy blue. So let me show you how I started. I used, for this card, you're going to need Scribble Sticks, and this is the Scribble Sticks from Dina Wakley, and it's set number 2. It doesn't actually say it on here, or maybe it does on the back, but it's set number 2, and it's the one with the cheddar. And so the colors we're using is cheddar, and then we're going to use this navy color. It looks really dark, called marine. So cheddar, marine, and then we use this beautiful red, and this is Sedona. So those are the colors that we're using. Not too many, so I'm going to go ahead and put those away. The stamp set again is Snowy Village from Blue Knight Stamps, and then I'm also using Blue Knight Stamps Come Let Us Adore Him, and we'll be using the Come Let Us Adore Him sentiment. So let's get started. I already stamped my image on this watercolor paper. This is hot press watercolor paper, and I love hot press because it gives a beautiful impression of the stamp. And this watercolor paper is from Fluid Watercolor, and it's a company based out in Kansas City, and they were nice enough to give me a sample pack to try, and I'm grateful for that. So anyways, try it out and see if you think you'll like it. Especially if you like to watercolor, you might really enjoy the hot press paper. So right now I'm just running down where I want the sky to be, and I'm not necessarily too particular. You could be if you really wanted to, but the point of this is not to be super duper particular. And if you get water in like the corner, like on that steeple, it's okay. Sometimes I have to use the light. I have to move my head around a little bit and make sure that I got all the water where it needs to go, which I'm getting there. Okay, that's looking good. All right, now I can start adding my pigment, and I think you guys will all be amazed at how fast this really goes. So I always like to, you can color with this, you can also use your paintbrush and just get some pigment on. And so I start, maybe I'll try the other end. I'll get more pigment that way. Oh, see how beautiful that color is, and it just swishes around. So watercolor, this is basically a watercolor crayon. But any watercolor will work on this. I love I like having sets because I don't have to worry about color harmony. Sets usually work well together with colors, so I'm not like worrying if that blue is the warm blue, will it work with this orange? The manufacturer's already figured that out. And I actually, I was talking and not paying attention to what color I had on. I'm going to erase that orange just a bit. I need red. Red and blue make purple, which is what I'm kind of going for, not this yucky muddy color, which we'll see. I might have to, ooh, see how beautiful that red is. Isn't that gorgeous? It just makes me happy. It makes my heart happy. All right, and I know you're like, oh, that's not blending as well as I'd like. You're right, it's not. It will. I'm going to go back in with the blue. And once you make a couple of these, it goes by so fast. You'll see how insanely fast this card turns out. Okay, I'm going to call that good. I'm going to call that done. Now I'm going to go in with my orange. And I'm going to start, I want the brightest orange to be kind of by the steeple. And I'm paying attention The black will kind of overpower the yellow. And now I'm just kind of blending that in. So I'm getting this beautiful orange effect. Okay. Now I'm going to go on the other side and I'm going to move my orange yellow color going towards whatever. We'll call that the west or the east. We just want it to blend nicely in with the red. Okay. All right, there you go. There's your sky. Beautiful. 3 colors to blend. Now, all I have to do is I'm coloring where I think it needs to have blue, and I'm keeping the whites and the darker darks blue, and that is really all it takes. And so I'm gonna, I don't know why I always start with the bridge, but I do. Maybe because that's like the focal point and I want to make sure that I get my values the right way. And it's okay if you go a little bit darker in some places. I think that's part of the fun with watercolor. And these Scribble Sticks will last you for a very long time. They are so fun. They are so pigmented. They're full of pigment. All right, and then I just kind of think, where else do I want the blue? This is like the trail that leads to the, or maybe it's the, no, it's the trail that leads to the bridge. So I'm going to do that one, of course. And then I'm going to color this line that I'm guessing leads to the church or wherever. I don't know. It leads to, it's just part of it. And if you get outside the lines, just use some water and pick it up with a dry brush. You will be the only one that notices. All right. And now for the tree, because I want it to look dimensional, I'm going to add more of the pigment on this side, on the left side, or the east side, I guess. Sorry. Okay, there, that looks good. And I might actually, because I think I really want this tree to be the darkest value. Watercolor is so fun. What I think I like about watercolor is I'm not a very particular person. I'm kind of messy with my art. My art teacher never liked me because I was so messy. But watercolor, man, if you have a loose style in watercolor, you can do so many fun things. So there's the tree. Now let's go on to the church, and I might make the steeple a little bit darker just so the yellows can pop. But I'm not, I'm just playing around. Playing around is so much fun. And I'm paying attention to maybe where I want my shadows to be, but it doesn't have to be super intentional. If I have a lot of dark in one spot, maybe I'll use that on the on the roofs. Maybe the roofs are darker. I don't know. It's going to be in this painting. And we're almost done with the coloring. And look at that, you have a very beautiful graphic card. Graphic meaning very dramatic. And all we did was use 3 colors, and they're basically primary colors, which I love. Such a fun Christmas card. And so now what I do is I'm going to stamp the come let us adore him, come let us adore him stamp set on here. And I would stamp it, and my ink is not too far away. I hope it is. I would stamp it, and then once I'm done stamping it, I would take some scissors And this is about an inch by maybe 2 inches. And I'm just going to make some dovetails. I think that's what you call them, right? Dovetails? That's what I call them. All right, so then you have your sentiment right here. I would just adhere it like that, and then all I did for this card was put it on some dark navy cardstock, and then on Nina white 110-pound card base, and you have a beautiful card ready to go, ready to send. So there you go. Of course, Blue Night Stamps has really cool country Christmassy scenes that I am loving for watercolor. It's so much fun, and I know that you can have a lot of fun using the sky as a background. You could add clouds. It's just such a fun stamp. So anyways, I hope you give them a try. I'd love to hear how you like to use Christmas stamps with watercolor, because I'm having so much fun with watercolor, and we'll talk to you soon.